What if the biggest reason people age faster isn't sugar, stress, or even lack of exercise, but a hidden amino acid deficiency affecting nearly everybody but George? We're going to be diving into that right after this. Most health advice is one size fits all, but your biology isn't. We help people move past generic industrial medicine to find the specific natural solutions and the natural path that actually restores your unique body to the way it was meant to be. At Life Enthusiast, we specialize in natural solutions for chronic problems by helping you identify exactly what your body requires. So with that, welcome everybody. This is the Life Enthusiast Health Shots podcast. I'm your co-host, Scott Patton. Joining us as usual, Martin Pytela, health engineer at Life Enthusiast. How are you doing today, Martin?
I'm doing good, and I admire your commitment to getting the entire convoluted but finely refined introduction to Life Enthusiast. Honestly, people, think about this. The industrial one-size-fits-all approach that suits the manufacturer does not suit you, the recipient. It's done for you to fit in their system.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know what? Our talk today is a perfect example of that, Martin. We're going to be talking about a nutrient that you can get from food, but nobody does. Why? Because aside from maybe the Chinese, everybody's been trained to throw this stuff out. In other words, we're throwing out essential nutrient in our food, or essential parts of our food that we should be keeping. And it blows my mind. So we're going to be looking at why modern diets create a chronic glycine deficiency. We're really going to be focusing on the importance of glycine today and how this speeds up aging and why it matters most than the supplements. Like, you can be going to the health department of your grocery store or into your drugstore and you buy all of these bottles of pills, and most of them aren't going to do you any good at all.
Well, let me explain the why. With aging, you will notice that your hair looks less good, that your nails are soft or bent or not working so well. And on the inside, your structure is suffering. You will get sagging and you will get sinking, gravity pulling it down, not holding together. And you will look older, quote unquote. And this older look is associated with the collapsing of the connective tissue that we are made from and with.
And that would be collagen.
Collagen is the basic building blocks of all connective tissue. And collagen is made of two primary sources. Mineral-wise, silicon is the element on which it depends strongly. And glycine. There's a whole group called collagen peptides, and the collagen peptides are made with glycine, proline, and hydroxyproline. So it's intelligent to understand that the whole collagen is a good thing, but the main amino of it is this glycine.
Yeah. And, in order for us to live the best, healthiest life we can, our medical establishment has classified glycine as non-essential because the body can make some.
Now, let me dwell on this for a moment. The classification of essential versus not is essential are not made from anything else. They must be acquired from out there, from outside. Non-essential can be assembled from other things.
Right. The problem is the body only produces about 3 grams a day. Modern diets provide 1.5 to 2 grams a day. And the need that your body has is probably 15 grams a day.
Right.
So it's non-essential, but boy, oh boy, if you don't get it, you're just, and this is why when we're young, we have lots of glycine and all this collagen and everything else. Our skin is wrinkle
Smooth
free and
and
everything
nice.
else. And then over time, because we're not giving our body what it needs, we're getting older and older, aging. We call it aging, right?
Yeah, we look the age, right? And then of course you look at some people and they either look their age or they look younger than their age or older than their age. And
Right,
it will
right.
depend on the oxidative stress, but also very strongly on the building blocks of the physical form that they are taking in.
Right. So a lot of times we're talking about nose to tail eating versus our modern eating. So what do we mean when we're talking about nose to tail?
Well, let me take it with a chicken, right? Like with a chicken, when you take it apart, you will see chicken breast, and you will get it boneless, skinless. The bone
Right.
is the collagen, the skin is the collagen, and the breast muscle is neither, right? And then you have the thigh. So you take the chicken apart, you have the chicken wings, then you have the chicken thighs, then you have the chicken breasts, and then they throw away the head and the feet, and then maybe just maybe you can get the chicken neck and back bought as soup, chicken soup stock. Uh,
Right.
the the most valuable part of the chicken is either sold very cheaply or tossed into pet food. The dog eats better than or
Than we
healthier
do.
than I do
Right.
because he's given that. Right now, I remember when my mom was cooking a chicken, she was making a chicken soup. She had the head and the feet in the soup. I would remember watching her peeling the skin off of the feet, the legs, no, the feet, the last part of the
Yeah.
chicken.
Yeah. The claws.
It was in the soup. I remember it.
And then you're getting all of that nutrients. Like I remember growing up, my mom would we would eat the chicken and she'd take everything that's left over, usually were no feet, and put it into a bowl, and then she would boil it up, put some vegetables in, we would have chicken soup. Same
Yes,
with turkey. We would always have turkey soup for weeks after Thanksgiving.
yes,
So
that's right.
we were actually getting a lot of that glycine and that collagen.
Right. So then you mentioned the tail. Oxtail soup is the strongest soup you can find, and that's made with the bones, well, actually the body parts of the tail.
Right. There you
Yeah.
go. So 5,000, 10,000 years ago, we as humans, we ate the skin, we ate the cartilage, we ate the tendons, we ate the connective tissue, we ate the organ meats. All of this was rich in collagen. And now our modern diet is saying, no, you want to have the chicken breast, you want to
Yeah.
have this filet mignon, you want to have the fish fillets,
Yeah.
you want to have eggs, all of these muscle
I
meats,
want to
which are
say
low in
this.
glycine.
Yeah. The most valuable piece is the shank braised. Braising is the technique of cooking very slowly, even with a bit of red wine and bay leaf and whatever. But that means cooking it for 12 hours. This is not fast food. This is slow food over low heat, long time.
Long time, right? And as you know, Martin, and some of our viewers and listeners, I've spent time in Africa, and I remember going with a friend of mine to a local restaurant, and they ordered chicken. I probably ordered chicken too, but it was like chicken on the bone.
I don't know if this is a problem or not, but all of a sudden Scott's things froze on my screen. So I don't know if we are transmitting or not, but if he's not sharing a story about a chicken on the bone. Okay, I see Scott again. I don't know if it dropped out for the whole world or not. But last I heard was, and they brought me the chicken on the bone.
Am I back? Am
Oh
I
yeah,
back?
oh yeah. The last I
Sorry.
heard was, and they
Chicken.
brought me the chicken on the bone.
Yeah, she was eating the chicken, and it was all the bones and everything were there, right?
Mhm.
And so when I eat a chicken drum bone, I eat some of it, and then I leave like a bunch of stuff on it. And I never really realized I did until I watched her, because being in Africa and being hungry a lot of the time, they don't leave anything. And her bone was picked like 100% clean. And I just remember looking at it and going, wow, like, how did you do that? Right. Well, it's because she ate everything, including all the stuff that I would look at and go, well, I'm not eating that, because
Yeah.
I never knew. Right. Like,
Yeah.
I
Have you
was
ever
taught
tried?
wrong.
Yeah. Have you ever tried eating the chicken's chest, the rib cage?
Yeah.
There are those tiny bones about the size of a matchstick that you're having to pull apart. There's meat between them, right?
There's meat between them. I used to eat that meat. Yeah. So, yeah. So what we're, one of the things we're saying is we've been, and so talking about chicken, I have some Chinese friends, and we would go to the Chinese restaurant, and they would order chicken feet. And they'd look at me because it's okay to order. I go, yeah, it's okay to order, but I'm not eating it, right? And they would eat these chicken feet. And now now I've learned that, oh my goodness, the best part of the chicken probably is its feet, and I
Well,
don't eat it.
best for what? Okay, let's talk about why. Best for the supply of the collagen peptides, the complete building materials that are required for the connective tissue in your body. Now, let's be clear about it this way. Nothing gets absorbed until it's taken apart into individual amino acids. So it's not that eating collagen is going to make it, um, how do I say it differently? The collagen has to be taken apart into the aminos. And so we have the glycine and proline and the hydroxyproline. But the point is that they are all present in the right ratios in those tissues. So you would like to ingest the collagen type. There's one other thing in it, and it's called hyaluronic acid, which is the substance that attracts water to it like nothing else. So if you want well lubricated, springy joints that don't grind on bone, you want to have a lot of hyaluronic acid in your body. And that you will get when you eat or cook with cartilage and sinew and all these other body parts that you would expect to be worthless. They're actually the most valuable parts. Oh, I think I have lost Scott, so I'm going to carry on with my ideas. So, eating aminos. If your digestive system is not in a perfect shape, it may have a challenging time digesting these things. And with that, we may need to supplement the free form amino acids that have been already created in individual blocks as opposed to in the form of the collagen. Are you back, Scott? Come on in. Come on in.
I I
I
am
miss your pretty
I
face.
I am back. I'm in a somewhat of a challenging place because my cord does not reach for the electricity, and I'm down to very little power. So I've plugged it in and I've moved. So when I'm moving around like this, you know why. Uh, so
These
so
challenges of travel, huh?
yeah, 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 and it's weird because, well, anyway, it doesn't matter. One of the things with the glycine is it gets diverted to whatever the body requires for survival, right?
Oh
So
yeah,
it's not
right.
concerned about you living to 120 years. It's concerned about you living till tomorrow. So glycine gets put onto the red blood cell production, DNA, RNA replication, bile salt production for fat digestion. And so, it doesn't really care if your skin is beautiful and soft or if it's cracky and
Yeah.
falling apart, because you got to be able to continue
Yeah,
going.
there's this hierarchy of importance, and the blood wins over the outside, the outer shell. That's the last thing, right? It's
Yeah.
same thing with your car, right? The motor and the transmission and the wheels over windshield and bumpers.
And rust on
Yeah,
the
all that.
body. So what happens when what breaks down when glycine is low? Let's talk a little bit about that. Like what happens if you don't have enough and your body isn't producing all the things it should be? So one would be detoxification because glycine helps make glutathione.
Yes, indeed. And glutathione is so important in neutralizing all the damaging metabolic leftovers and other
Right.
toxic chemicals that you may
Yeah.
enter your body, right? So
Yeah.
again,
So
you're
if you like to go
sacrificing.
out, yeah, if you like to go out on the weekend and have 3 or 4 beer or 5 or 6 glasses of or bottles of wine, you have to detox that alcohol.
Yeah,
And guess what does it? The
yeah,
glycine makes the glutathione. Glutathione, it's kind of like the neck bone's connected to the backbone's connected to the hip bone.
yeah, yeah,
Uh, and then also liver support, which is something everyone knows is important to me, is your liver
yeah.
does a lot of that detoxing. And if it's not healthy, you have a huge problem.
So back to the beginning, eat the animal nose to tail. And
Yeah,
the people who are most deficient in this are vegetarians. It's a curious thing, right? Like we tell people that it's a lot of stress to be eating on the carnivore diet. Well, actually, a lot of carnivorians don't necessarily do well because they may be eating steak and ground beef and not eating the body parts that are actually rich in collagen because uh, you don't see a whole lot of sinew in the steak. You need to
that's right.
actually you actually need to stew the thing because it's really hard to eat it as comes. So
Yeah. And if you do have stuff in the steak that you should be eating, you don't, because we've been taught it's the red meat that's good. Don't
yeah,
eat the fat. Don't eat the other stuff.
yeah, it's the joints, right? Like what do you do with this? I remember a friend of mine ordering the knee. This was back in Czech Republic, and they eat a lot of pork, and this was the knee of a pig,
Wow.
a hog, and it was a section yay long, and it had the knee in the middle of it and a piece of bone, and he went right with it and enjoyed himself tremendously. And as he's slicing into it, there's all this cartilage and whatever,
And away you go.
and
Wow.
it was slow baked, right, slow roasted, and
Yeah, you mentioned lamb shank before, and I've had it in a terracotta pot that's been 5 or 6 hours in an oven with all these different spices and stuff. It was amazing.
yes,
So another area, and sometimes people don't think about this too much. I don't think they think about it at all, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, is sleep and anxiety. Like it's like, oh, everybody's depressed and everybody's this and all the rest of it. And it's like the glycine supports GABA production, and GABA calms your nervous system. So what
that's
if
right.
your anxiety is through the roof because you're missing nutrients, not because you just don't know how to
Yeah.
calm yourself?
Who would have guessed that not eating the chicken feet would lead to your short temperedness and inability to have a nice nap?
Yeah. So I have a short list of deficiencies. If you're deficient in the glycine and the collagen, and it's poor sleep, anxiety, inability to relax, overstimulation, hyperactivity. So it's like, huh. So, oh yeah, my 5-year-old kid is running up the walls. Here, eat a chicken foot.
Yeah, eat my
uh,
stew, baby. Eat my stew.
right. And I think, like we've talked about how everybody's individual. There's always a lot of different components to things, like in terms of toxins, what you're breathing in, what you're eating, what you're drinking, what's in your environment around you, what's on your clothes. And
Yeah.
this is kind of one of those same things, right? Like, oh, like maybe part of the reason that you're anxious is you're low in
And
GABA.
glycine.
Oh,
Yeah.
and glycine. Like, oh, and so maybe have chicken feet twice a week.
So here's an
Go out,
interesting
see
thing,
how
right?
you feel.
Yeah, here's an interesting thing, Scott. If you are able to plan your meal, you can set a slow cooker in the morning and put the stuff in it, turn it on, and by the time you come back from work at dinner time, you are in a good shape.
Yeah.
because you have a beautiful dinner that's been slow cooked stewed.
So
But
putting
so many
together a
people fail
system.
to, yeah, so many people fail to do this planning, right? Like you're coming home and on your way from work, you are ordering something at the fast food checkout instead.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, the next thing is chronic inflammation. We talk about that all the time. And glycine can help microphages turn off inflammation. So the first
Yeah.
question is, what's a macrophage? And did I say it right?
Macrophage, yeah, those are the to phage, to eat stuff, right? These are the parts of your immune system that are dedicated to removing garbage.
Okay. So if you don't have enough glycine, your inflammation is going to linger around, your recovery is going to be slow, and all of that accelerates your aging.
Hmm.
And as we've said many times, like inflammation is it's a big driver of aging, and it's a big driver of all the problems that people have chronically in this society.
Yeah. So here's an advocacy for slow food, or at least good meal planning that allows you to have a slow cooker that you set up first thing in the morning before you take off for your out there life.
Right.
Hmm. Or
Okay.
or there's a shortcut. You can buy some collagen from us.
There you go. That's right. So take a look in the mirror, and do you have sagging skin? Do you have lots of wrinkles? Are your tendons weak? Is your cartilage deteriorating? Are your bones brittle? Are your arteries stiff? Do you have leaky gut? The chances are low glycemia is part of the problem, not necessarily all of it. And as we said at the beginning, your body is literally sacrificing its structural integrity to keep you alive. And it shouldn't have to do that. So we have some products we're going to take a few minutes and share with you right now, because it's really important that we look at these and give you the opportunity to find out about things that can really help.
Hmm.
So Complete Collagen Plus.
Right on.
Let's
Yeah.
talk about it.
This one is straightforward. It's in cute little packets. These are actual packets. You tear off the top and you squeeze it in your mouth. You don't have to eat the whole thing in one go, but it's very convenient. You can take it with you wherever you go. It's a pleasant flavor, caramel. Yeah, it's quite enjoyable, well made, easy collagen. Tastes pretty good.
Easy. Yeah, so that's the easy button. It actually exists, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's liposomal, so it's in such form that it's directly absorbed. So it's high absorbability.
Right.
It's about as good as you can make collagen. So when you use that, this will very quickly be shown in better hair, better skin, better joints, and of course, second stage of that will be better sleep and less nervousness.
Right. And we have an option for you in case, because everyone wants to have options. So we have Living Silica Collagen Booster.
Yeah, this is the main mineral that helps the body build collagen, right? So you have all the building blocks, but if you're missing silicon, you're not going to be able to build sufficient collagen either. This is available in a capsule, in a liquid, or even in a gel that you could rub on top of whatever body part you have.
Cool.
Yeah.
And I'm putting all of these into the comments. So if you're interested in knowing more, check the comments. They should be right
Mhm.
there. And
This living
the
silica
next
is really
one,
interesting. You cannot just simply start eating silica as we know it's SiO2, silicon dioxide, which would be known as beach sand or quartz. That is not absorbable. This thing is monomethylsilentriol, essentially methylated silica in a form that will allow your body to absorb it directly. It treats it as a living biological thing rather than dirt.
oh, cool.
Yeah,
All right. And then the
important.
next one we want to
Yeah, Are we having trouble with
Yeah,
connection
very
again?
important. Hope
Yeah,
not.
I think we're having some issues. Can you
Oh,
switch the next product, Scott? Can you do it? Oh, I don't know what's going on, but it's acting pretty funny. There we go. Scott's disappeared. So, of all things, I mean, I can tell you about methylation, right? For anything that has the CH3, one carbon, three hydrogen, attached to it, that makes it more absorbable to the human body and transportable as well. So it's I've just finished saying that this methylated silica is way more absorbable and directly usable by the human body. Have
right.
you Do you have the ability to show the third thing that we wanted to show?
Yes.
All right.
Uh,
Yeah,
it's supposed to be shipping.
the Wi-Fi connection is a bit challenging today. All right,
Yeah,
there we
here it
go.
comes.
Right. So this synovial fluid, if you don't know what that is, that's in your joints. And this thing is formulated to help directly with fixing your joints. And this curcumin or turmeric, which curcumin is the active ingredient of turmeric, is the anti-inflammatory that you would want to have at your joints. So if you're at all suffering from joint pain, joint issues, this is the target product. It will help to lower the inflammation, but also build your connective tissue in your joints.
Yeah.
How is this trouble going on? And we also wanted to talk
Every,
about vitamin C, didn't we?
yeah, yeah. And here it
And so the
comes.
other part, of course, in this whole picture is that you're dealing with oxidative stress. You need some antioxidants. And of course, the easiest, the most accessible of all the antioxidants is vitamin C. So whether you pick it up naturally with lemons or oranges or green peppers, or whether you go with the most dense vitamin C natural thing, that would be camu camu, and we have that available in a product called Purely C. This version that Scott is showing, that's a liposomal vitamin C. Liposomes are really important in that they allow for anything that's uh, transported on water to get through the cell membrane efficiently. So when you take it in this form, it's about 10 times more absorbable than um, like a vitamin C capsule that you would take otherwise, that's not treated liposomal. Mm. What to say about it? Take a swig of it. This is the Purely C. This is the Camu Camu sourced Camu Camu from Peru. Wild and raw and effective. That's what you want to use.
Right.
Yeah. Vitamin C, universal antioxidant, universally needed for all the issues of aging. Remember, aging is essentially equivalent to rusting, which is essentially equivalent to oxidation. And the antioxidant here donates the missing electron to neutralize the deficit. That's why you want to eat things that are rich in vitamin C.
Yeah. And I think bone broth is something that everybody should be adding to their uh, diet.
Cooking, their repertoire. Yeah, you can buy it from a store, you can buy it commercially made, or you can learn to make your own.
Yeah. And then slow cooked meats. I think you've talked about that a number of times.
Yeah,
Really, really important.
stewed. Yeah.
Yeah. And my mom, she used to love having liver and onions. So,
That's a different thing. You don't cook that slow, you cook that fast. But
Right.
that's
The organ meats.
that's the organ meats. Now we're talking about a different topic, which
We'll get into another time.
yeah.
All right, Martin, we've come to the end of our time today. 30 minutes has flown by.
Yes.
Any last comments before we head out?
Slow food, way better than fast food. Remember that the old timers, the old school, the ancestral cooking is what's going to bring you closer to health. Technological revolution is producing foods that are cheaper, but you're getting what you're paying for.
Yeah.
Not much.
Yeah, and you were just reminding me of when I was in the Philippines, they had a big celebration. So they had this whole pig on a stick, and they dug a hole in the sand. They took all the hot coals from the fire that had been going for a few hours, threw it in, put the pig down, threw sand on it, and cooked it for like 5 hours. And then they dug it out.
Yeah.
And it was
It was
delicious.
the most tender thing you can find, right?
Yeah, yeah. So we have the choice between the microwave oven or a pit in the sand in the beach. Pick the beach.
Yeah. Well, even just a slow cooker is a good approximation of that.
That's right. All right. Thank you for joining us, everybody. Really appreciate having you with us. We're live every Wednesday at 2:30 Eastern, 11:30 a.m. Pacific. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. We'd be happy to deal with them in either online at the time, or if it's after we've gone off the air, then we'll talk about them next time. Make sure you hit the subscribe, the like. You've been watching or listening to the Life Enthusiast Health Shots podcast, restoring vitality to you and the planet. And we'll see you next time. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
My body's a temple, but the walls are cracked. Stuck in the rubble of the years I've stacked. Stagnation in my veins like a river to the dust. Toxic whispers in the wind, but I gotta rebuild. I must.